Good evening. I'm Dave, and welcome to Let's Have a Chat, Monday edition, and it's Monday, April 29th, the last Monday in April. And how are you? How's it going? Hope everybody had a great weekend. I hope you had an awesome weekend. It was short, I'll tell you that much. It was real short, but got to do a lot of great things. Got to spend some time with the family, outside of the house, away from looking down. Well, the only time I was looking down was on a scorecard baseball game. Folks, if you don't know how to manually take score and do a cart, then you're missing out on one of the great parts of the game. But that's for a different time. That is sports. I am talking about sports because Monday is sports and leadership. So let's deep dive into today's session. As always, if you're watching live, thank you for stopping by. I do appreciate you taking the time. If you're watching this post, hey, thanks a lot too, because you're taking that time to watch me. And but you know what? You should make it on over once in a while onto the live thing, because you get to ask questions. So I'm looking for questions. So ask away. So that being said, now it doesn't mean you can't after the fact put questions down in here, but I'd like to maybe do a little one-on-one or 1-on-10 or whatever, a little real-time live stream Q&A as part of all of this. So let's move on. Sports and leadership. Well, this weekend it just finished up the 2019 NFL draft. And wow, it was pretty good. A lot of great picks. Some were expected to go where they went. Others weren't expected to go when they went, but they were expected to go. I've yet to hear of anything that was bad. Well, maybe for Arizona, but that's the Cardinals for you. That's what happens over there. I'm not even going to go. Yeah, they had the first pick. They had the first pick in the draft, and they picked up a quarterback. And they had previously had a first-round pick and first pick, and their first pick was also a quarterback. So not so good. They haven't really done anything with it. So we'll see what happens. Okay, moving on. So the 2019 NFL draft has come to a conclusion. Great, we'll talk about that in just a second. But I also mentioned another NFL player, one of the great ones, he's close to being like the all-time scorer out there. It's Sebastian Janikowski. He's a kicker. He was drafted 19 years ago by the Oakland Raiders, and then he spent like forever there, like 18 years, and then the last season he was with Seattle, and well, he just went up the coast a little bit, no big deal, but he's retired. He's calling it quits. He's going out on top, and that much I can say is true. He is going out on top. I mean, this guy, talk about stick to it, dedication, teamwork. He loves this job, obviously. I mean, he's one of the highest scorers in the entire NFL. This guy's all but assured a place in the Hall of Fame, so be on the lookout for that. That's like 5 years or something like that before they're eligible. But so congratulations to Sebastian Janikowski for getting out there, sticking to it all this time, going through everything that Oakland has gone through, and still sticking to it, and then finally, being moved on to someplace else because things are, and what's going on with Oakland is they're getting ready to move to Las Vegas. So they're making their adjustments, and they obviously saw that Sebastian Janikowski was not going to be somebody they were going to take to Vegas. Why? Because again, he was getting close to retirement, and he was probably signaling that. He was probably already sharing that with the team and the coaches and everybody, just saying, hey, look, I might not be around to make the trip. You might want to start looking for somebody now. And sure enough, they picked up somebody. So that being said, that's dedication, that's foresight, that's looking over the horizon. That kind of mindset and mentality is key. It's critical to a leader because, again, a leader knows when to say, hey, that's enough. A leader knows when to say, you know what, I've given all I can give and it's time for somebody else to give. But he's also giving warning. He's also sharing when it's time to say that's enough. So that being said, what happens next to Sebastian Janikowski? You know what? I guarantee you, we're going to see him coaching. We're going to see him doing something. He's got that. He's got that in it. And after 19 years in the NFL, he's seen a lot of things happen. He's seen a lot of things come and go. And definitely, this guy's got knowledge. He's got wisdom. He's got skills that he can teach others, and definitely he's going to be a hot commodity on the coaching circuit. So don't be surprised if he doesn't land a job or he doesn't already have one lined up by now. So good kudos to him. Next, let's dive into the 2019 NFL draft. Everybody with the exception of, no, I'm kidding. This applies to all 32 teams, and this applies to all 32 teams, and it's kind of the biggest question now post-draft. Will the selections pan out? Will they be able to deliver? Sure, they did great in high school. They did fantastic in college. It got enough attention that they became draft picks in the NFL. They're not walk-ons. They're not free agents. These guys are drafted. So they were that good in such a sterile environment. And I do say sterile environment because, again, at that point, nobody was getting paid. Now they're playing for the big bucks. The better you play, the longer you play, obviously you're going to get the money. The more plays you make, your contract's going to can only but grow. The thing is are these picks and the teams are going to, are they the right ones? So before I get all sports analytical, let's kick it. That's for a different show. That's for a different show. Let's kick it down a notch. Can they deliver what they said they can do to the team? A new hire. Let's look at a new hire in any organization. And we're talking about any organization, not just the NFL, not just the NBA, not just the NHL, but Cisco Systems, Walmart, Target, Amazon, Google, the local fire department, anybody and everybody who brings in somebody. Every organization has to ask the same question of their new hires. Can you now deliver on what you said? Can you now deliver on what you promised? Can you now deliver on what we've invested in? Sure, now don't get me wrong. These NFL draftees, there's no contract yet. Okay, this is just kind of, they kind of can write their own check at this point. Number one draft pick, sure, yeah, but there's no contract just yet because again, they have yet to set foot on the field, on the organized practice, on the OTAs. On the two-a-days, on team activities, position, skills activities. Again, they have yet to set foot on the ground. So again, that's where I'm going with that. They haven't made the money. They haven't made the millions just yet. Now, moving back to the organization. The organization now has invested this time, this effort to recruit somebody, to look for somebody, hire somebody. And can they deliver? Now the bullet hits the bone, steel's on the target. It's that moment of truth, and what happens? So all 32 teams right now are asking themselves this morning. They walked in, it's like, oh man, what did we do this weekend? Is this guy going to work? This guy going to pan out? Is this guy going to deliver? Is this guy going to take us to where we need to be? And trust me, that's the same thing that happens a week or so after a new hire comes in. Oh, maybe this wasn't the right pick. Maybe I need to invest a little bit more time with this individual. Maybe I need to give him a little bit more rope. And what he does with it, it's up to him or her. So folks, again, you have to be prepared for the worst. And just like you've anticipated the great, you've anticipated the best. But in an organization that's constantly asking, hey, where is this guy going? Where's this guy going to take us? Where's this new hire going to fit into the organization? And that's where you start to tweak. And that's where you as a leader have to step up and guide them, mentor them, and create leaders in those new hires. Because this guy's not going to walk onto the field and say, oh, I was number one of my team and I was the captain of my team. And it's like, sit down, buddy, you're not the captain here. And that's the way it is. But again, a leader takes him under his wing, mentors him, trains him, and ensures that, hey, he's ready to step up and say, I'm a leader when I need to be a leader, when it's my time to be the leader. In the meantime, they're going to ask themselves a question. But if they take the initiative on both sides, on the new hire side or the draftee side, and on the leadership side, and they both take the initiative to work toward that common goal, then guess what you've got? That's right, you've got a winning team. So let's see what happens. Let's see what Arizona does with their number one pick, Kyler Murray. And let's see if they make it happen this time. And if not, well, then we know that it wasn't together. They were divergent. Folks, I'm Dave. It is Monday, April 29, 2019. This is Let's Have a Chat. We're talking about sports and leadership. We're recapping the 2019 NFL Draft and saying goodbye to Sebastian Janikowski. Alrighty, folks, have a great evening. I'll talk to you tomorrow, and tomorrow's in the news. That's our subject for tomorrow. So take care, have a good evening, and we'll talk to you soon.